Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our October monthlies. This will be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. You can also cross-watch for Scorpio, but always keep in mind these are general, so take what resonates with you as it resonates with your situation, disregard the rest. Information on private readings can always be found in the description box below. And please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much if you have. Any support is greatly appreciated. It helps the channel. It keeps me motivated to keep doing this. And I'm very grateful for it. Scorpio, I'm having a lot of fun trying to do your reading. This is the third time I'm trying to do your reading, Scorpio, so I don't know what is happening. Okay, but here we go. Third time's the charm. This time I'm using the Crow Tarot decks. I've changed decks because I thought, okay, maybe that's not the deck, maybe that's not the message. So fingers crossed I can get this out to you, for God's sake. Okay, so I'm using the Crow Tarot and the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Watch your other placements. And let's just jump in to see what we can get for Scorpio in October 2022. What does Scorpio need to know for October 2022? Here we go. Fingers crossed. Current situation, the Seven of Wands. Okay, we're on track because you had this as the first card last time I tried to do this. You had the King of Cups in your spread. Okay, I think I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. The Lover's crowning you because we're getting repeating cards, so that tells me that I was on point with at least part of the message. Page of Cups in the foundation, Two of Cups in the past, Two of Swords in the near future. Queen of Cups in how you see yourself. You have this as well. Death in your environment. Four of Cups in your hopes and fears. You had that one out as well. And the Seven of Cups in the outcome. All right, well, okay. Bottom of the deck, Justice. You had this as well. So maybe I had the right cards, but different combinations, wrong combination. I don't know. We're just going to go with it and hopefully get the message out to you that you need to hear. With Justice at the bottom of the deck, this could be around breakups, divorce, separation, anything to do with legal matters, a contract, a trial, but it could also be a fair, a just decision that you have to make or someone else has to make about you. Could also represent a Libra. This could be about a breakup or a divorce or a separation because we do have the King and Queen of Cups on the board. I also have the Two of Cups and the Lover, so it could definitely be a romantic situation, but it doesn't have to be. Not everyone's dealing with the same thing. It could also be some sort of a business partnership where there was it was a very good partnership to start off with. It was very balanced, equal give and take. Something must have gone wrong. I don't know. Let's jump in here. Current situation, we have the Seven of Wands. You have your guard up about something. You have very strong boundaries when it comes to this King of Cups. Now, this could be your energy. It could be another water sign you're dealing with. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The reason for everything, we have the Page of Cups. So it could be about a message, an apology, a declaration of love, an offer, or it could even be, I feel like you were dealing with a situation or a person that at the time you were dealing with it, it was immature, or someone was either refusing to grow up. Okay, they were showing up as a page. You needed them to be a king. Doesn't matter the gender. Or someone there was an initial conversation, an initial meeting, Two of Cups, and you saw eye to eye. Everything was balanced, everything was equal, everything was healthy, right? Mutual, cool. But I feel like now it's time to deliver. Now it's time for that conversation, Page of Cups, to be made a reality, which translates into a contract, a commitment with Justice. And I feel like someone's dragging their feet. I don't know if this is you, Scorpio. I don't feel like it is. I feel like this is the other person or the other party that you're dealing with. And it's putting you in a very defensive position. And it's bringing you to a place where you're starting to lose patience with the whole situation. Let me get a sip of water. Now, in the near future, we have the Two of Swords. So I see either you cut off communication, or this could be ultimatum energy. Call me when this is done. Call me when you're ready to talk. Call me when you're ready to do what needs to be done. Or this is just, I can't deal with this anymore. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to address it. I don't accept whatever it is that you're offering me because it's not what was promised. It's not what was agreed. It's an impasse. In how you see yourself, we have the Queen of Cups. So you have been patient, you have been kind, you have been caring. But I feel like with the Seven of Wands here, you're starting to feel like someone's taking advantage of you. You're starting to feel, or has been taking advantage of you. And it's bothering you, and it would bother me. In your environment coming in, we have the Death card. This is your energy. I feel like you're going to put an end to this. You're ending a friendship, you're ending a business partnership, you're ending a relationship because someone is refusing to commit, they're refusing to do what was agreed, they're refusing to make something official. And with the Death card, you're like, okay, well, then I'm done. In hopes and fears, we have the Four of Cups. This could have been an on-again, off-again relationship. This could have been something that has happened before, either with the same person or in the same situation or something similar, where they get your hopes up and then they don't deliver. They get your hopes up and then they don't deliver. And you really had high hopes this time around it would work, but the fear is it must have been just another go around the merry-go-round. In your outcome, we have the Seven of Cups. If you're putting an end to it around second, third week of the month, this is where you're now looking, okay, what are my other options? Where do I go from here? If this is a conversation, an ultimatum, not necessarily an ending, the Seven of Cups at the end of the month sees you really contemplating if you want to go through with this ending or not. And I also feel like this is someone trying to offer you things to get you to stay, but they're not offering what the one thing you want. They're not offering that. So they're giving you anything else other than that, which is what you want, what was promised, what was agreed, and now they're backing down. So you have a decision to make with the Justice card. Is this fair? Do I want to accept this? Let's get more cards out here for Scorpio for October. Okay, with the Seven of Wands in the situation, you have Judgment. Yep, you're having to make a big judgment call here, and with the Justice card, you're trying to make sure you're making the right decision before you make this judgment. For others of you, you've already put an end to this, and this is someone trying to come back and win you back, or keep you from really shutting the door on them. With the King of Cups as the challenge, we have the Nine of Swords. You've got someone in their head. They're terrified of losing you, and this could be a spouse, someone who was already an ex, but this could also be an employer. This could be a business partner. They're terrified of losing you because they see that you're not playing games. I also see someone genuinely afraid of commitment, or genuinely afraid to just step up, to grow up, to step up. They feel like they're not ready to be what they promised you they were gonna be. With the Page of Cups in the foundation, we have the Six of Swords. I feel like someone made a promise to appease you. Someone made a promise, someone made a comment, someone offered you something, but it was just a verbal thing. It was just a conversation. It was just wouldn't it be nice if this happened, or I bet I could get that done for you, or I'm gonna change, I'll do better, or something like that, right? To appease you, to move on from troubled waters, to move on from a conflict, to prevent you from leaving. Because like I say, with the Four of Cups, this has happened before. And they made a promise. And they're terrified because they can't keep it. They don't feel ready for whatever they promised you. Two of Cups in the past, Two of Pentacles. This has been topsy-turvy. Like I said, topsy-turvy, in and out, at the bottom of everything, at the foundation, at the core of everything. It's a good partnership. It's a solid partnership. It could be great, but that is talking about potential. And we can't live based on potential, because we can have potential to do a lot of things, but there's nothing to say that we will ever meet that potential. Why? Because it takes effort. It takes growing up. It takes doing the right things. It takes consistency to fulfill your potential. And a lot of people just kind of give up along the way, or just get comfortable, or just stop trying. So just because something has potential, there's no confirmation that it will ever be what it has the potential to be. Do you know what I mean? And you've been kind and you've been patient with this person or the situation, because they showed you that they're trying. They did. They do. They're genuine. I'm not seeing any deception. But I feel like it's one of them where it's either not in their hands, whatever they promised you is not in their hands. They failed to mention that. And so they can't, it's not up to them. They have no access to give you what they promised to give you. If it's in a job sense, right? For example, they promised you a job that doesn't exist. They promise you an opportunity that is not created, it just doesn't exist. They promised you a raise, but it's not in the budget. It's never going to get approved. They genuinely thought they were able to get that for you, and it turns out they can't. I'm not seeing lies, right? Or you're dealing with someone who keeps promising to do better, but they just cannot cross that threshold of just growing up, you know, regardless of their age. The Lover's crowning you. We have the Four of Pentacles. Someone really wants to keep you where you are, but what they're offering is not enough. They're offering you the bare minimum, which is that potential, but it's not enough with the Justice card here. You've outgrown that. It's not enough. They can either come with you on the new level, or they're going to have to let you go if they can't join you on that new level, because you've done the work. You've done the work. They are not doing the work. They don't want to do the work, or they feel like they're not capable of. Two of Swords in the near future. The Knight of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. I feel like they're changing their strategy, because they're going from Cups to Pentacles. They're changing their strategy. They're trying to be more realistic. They're trying to be more practical, more grounded, more just realistic in what they can offer you. And I feel like what they're saying is, I know I can get there. It'll just take time. It'll take me longer than what I thought, or longer than what I had hoped. I know I can get that job for you, but it will take time for us to get it created, get it approved, have budget allocated for it. I know I can get that done for you. I've looked into it. I've done the research. It will just take time. So realistically, it'll take a lot longer than what I promised you. Okay, someone's being very honest here. I know I can get there. I know I can do this for you. I just need more time. Scorpio, then it becomes up to, it comes up to you, comes down to you, because I can see you've already given this thing a lot of time. You've already given this thing a lot of patience, a lot of understanding. So it's, do you want to keep doing that? Do you still have resource to do that? Do you want to, because it's been keeping you stuck. It's been keeping you stagnant. Queen of Cups and how you see yourself. We have the Ten of Wands. Like I said, it has become a very heavy burden for you that is very difficult and heavy for you to carry, to the point where it's difficult for you to take steps. It's difficult for you to move in any direction or move forward in any way, because it's too heavy. You're going to have to release the burden in order to be able to move again. With Death card in your environment, we have the Sun. This is where you put the burden down. I'm seeing you walk away from something because you've given it enough time. You've given it enough resource. You've given it enough patience and understanding. Someone is finally getting honest with themselves and you. But unfortunately, it's too little too late. And unfortunately, it's still going to take more time. It's still going to take more resources from you. And it's still not a sure thing. The Four of Cups in Hopes and Fears, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm seeing this is your energy, where you're saying, you know what? I have to think about the future. I have to be smart about my investments of time, energy, money, affection, attention. I've given this enough time. I need to take a step back and see the bigger picture. I've given this months of my life. I've given this years of my life. And it is not a good return on my investment. So you're hoping you're making the right decision. I feel like you feel like you're making the right decision because you have the Sun card here. As soon as you think about just letting this go, it's like you can breathe again. You get excited about things. And then with that Seven of Cups there, it's like, okay, what do I do now? What are my options? What is out there for me? Eight of Pentacles, starting fresh. Seven of Pentacles, planning for the future. And the Ace of Cups, and you will have a new situation to go to. Justice and the Devil, yeah, definitely this is what it is. And the Three of Cups. You're dealing with, it's a very strong bond. It's a very strong attraction to this person or this thing in your life. But with Justice, it's about seeing it for what it is, unemotionally, seeing it for what it is. And what it is, it's something that has been keeping you stuck and bound to something that just does not have depth to it. Okay? The Three of Cups is beautiful and it's joyful and it's fun, but it's superficial. Okay? With someone in the Devil and the Three of Cups energy, you're not going to be able to settle down with that person and have that happily ever after, or a family, or whatever it is that you envision for yourself. They just do not have it in them. And that's the sad realization. They just don't have it in them. They want to give you that. They just don't have it in them. And they cannot figure it out. They may not even be built for that. And it's that realization and that acceptance that is happening in these cards here. Okay? It's something you really and truly wanted for yourself. And the sad part is this other person really wanted to give you that. Whether it was the job, the promotion, the relationship you wanted, the family, the whatever. They really did. But they just don't have it in them. They can't do it. They don't have the resource, they don't have capacity, they don't have that peace that they need. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing you walk away from this, I'm seeing you release this, and then you're entertaining your options by the end of the month. You're doing your research. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, okay, what am I going to work on? What am I going to invest in? You're picking one thing. With this Ace of Cups, I feel like this could be a new job. This could be a new connection you're making. Or this could be where you're pulling your resources back and you're investing in yourself. You're nurturing yourself. So this is like the healing process that can now begin. If this is an emotional thing for you, you're pulling your resources back. You're coming out of wishing, fantasizing, hoping, and you're like, okay, let's get practical about things. What do I have to work with? You're working on yourself, you're nurturing yourself, you're loving yourself. Okay, if it's a business, a work thing, or anything like that, this is where you cast your net, you start applying for things. Something's going to come in very, very quickly. It'll be unexpected, and it'll be a lot more than what you are on now. And you're just going to jump into that right away. Okay? And it sucks, and I get it, Scorpio, because genuinely I've been there myself where, unfortunately, love is not enough. That's what this is. Or, like I said, just because something has potential, and we fall in love with that potential, we're attracted to that potential, we tie ourselves to that potential, and we can waste an entire lifetime and still never get to see that potential come to fruition. But it's difficult to release, isn't it? But I'm seeing you do that. because it's been long enough. You've given this enough. I'm seeing you've just put emotion aside and making practical decisions. So some big changes happening for you in October, Scorpio. And this could be around that eclipse that's coming up. Let's see, Oracle energy and advice for Scorpio. Whatever this is, you're releasing it, you're pulling your resources back, and you're shifting course. For some of you, it will be an adjustment period, a healing period, and then new beginnings. For others of you, you're jumping into something new. As soon as you start looking, something new and much better is going to come in. Angel of time, working too hard. Exactly. You've given this enough time. You've given this enough work. You've made enough sacrifice. Sacrificed enough, made enough sacrifices. 10 of Wands, working too hard. You're done. It's been keeping you stuck. Okay? Mend a broken heart, fairy, healing from heartache. Yep. You're accepting that something is what it is. It's not going to go beyond this, whatever this is, where it is. This is the best it can do. This is the best it has to offer you. And with justice, when you put it in that scales, and those scales, it's just not good enough. And you're accepting that. It breaks your heart, but you're accepting it, you're embracing it, and you're saying, okay, what do I do about it then? Fairy of the divine hand, intoxication, distorted view, overindulgent. This is like the devil energy. We're focused so much on what it could be. That is what keeps us hooked. And when we take a step back and we see it for what it is, we're no longer intoxicated by what it could be, right? When we see it for what it is, it breaks our heart. But then we can really make some practical decisions because we're working with fact. We're not working with potential. Strangely lonely. Holding on way too tight. Yep. Holding on too tightly to this has kept you stuck, stagnant, isolated from other opportunities. And it's just time to release. It's just time to accept, to embrace, and to make the cut, to free yourself. So difficult energy here, but it's a part of life. And a few months down the line, when you're in your new dynamic, in your new circumstance, looking back, you'll be grateful that this happened the way it did. You'll be grateful for the broken heart because it will be a lesson. It will be one of your strengths by then. And you'll understand why things had to happen the way they did. And you'll understand and have confirmation that you did the right thing in cutting this off, accepting it for what it was, accepting that it's just not enough, cutting it off, and opening yourself to other options. That's how you get to what is truly meant for you, what can truly give to you just as you give to it. Okay? For some of you, I'm seeing that as you release, if it's a person, as you release this person, you focus on self-healing. The next person you're going to be with is going to be the one you settle down with. I do see that for some of you. And if it's in business, if it's anything else other than love, it's the same thing. Once you release this, once you accept this what it is, release it, get yourself out there. The next thing that finds you, right, when you open yourself up to it, because you have other opportunities, but you've been closed off because you've been working on this, right, and hoping for this and giving this your full attention. When you open yourself up, the next thing that comes in is going to be the beginning to your happily ever after, to your true happily ever after. If it's job, if it's home, if it's whatever. Okay, so Scorpio, I'm going to leave it with that. I hope this helps you. It's a bit intense and it's not easy, but it's necessary. And like I said, the only way out is through, but you will get out of this and you will find something better for yourself as soon as you clear your energy of this. You release it, open yourself up to options, possibilities, and you've got a godsend coming in. Okay? So So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know if you resonate with the reading, how it makes sense to you, if you feel comfortable sharing. What's your other placements? I hope you have a beautiful month, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.